Home means something different to everyone. But with Rocket Mortgage, home can mean even more. It can mean a college education, taming your high-interest debt, even a renovation. We've made it easier than ever to use your home equity. That home you worked so hard for, now it can work hard for you. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states, and MLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Imagine this. The best pasta sauce you have ever tasted sits abandoned on a plate. Wasted sauce. That is a tragedy. If only you had used Barilla al Bronzo pasta. Its bronze-cut texture holds your sauce and scoops up every last drop. The Italians call that scarpetta. Capture sauce the Italian way. Barilla al Bronzo. Click or tap the banner to find out more.
Good morning, beautiful people. So good to see y'all. It's the facility. Y'all could be watching any show. You're hanging out with us. It is a Thursday morning up here. You can't tell what type of weather it is by how we're dressed. But James is in a long sleeve, thick sweater cardigan, and I'm in short sleeves.
You can tell what type of weather it is in the studio. It's cold. Long sleeve, long sleeve.
That's nice. What animal is that? 'Cause that's nice.
Yeah, you're right. I'm about to call.
Good though.
Hey, it feels good to have Shady McCoy back in studio. Shady was handling some business. Before we talk about the facility, got to celebrate my dog 2-5. He was back in his hometown, back in PA, opening up some housing units for the individuals back in his hometown.
There it is.
The governor even showed up, Governor Shapiro.
Look at him.
Shady McCoy with a little ribbon
That's
cutting.
the fam. You know, that's my uncle to the right, it's my mom to the right.
Shout out,
my
Mom.
pop.
Shout out,
my
Pop.
beautiful daughter, my son in the back with the shades on. You see somewhere with the Louis V outfit, that might be me. And that's my best friend Hollywood right there. You know.
Shady, all you were doing, what was that, $17 million affordable housing project?
And counting.
counting.
So, you know, we got to get back to the community, man. You know, $17 million, we put that uptown Harrisburg. For y'all that don't know, it's not the best place, but now it's the new place. Now it's about to be really, really nice for affordable housing. Oh, that's me and the Governor Shapiro looking sharp. Now listen, real quick, that's a sharp brother. Now, we always been homies, we always been good friends. He's a sports fan too. I'm glad to bring him on the show, but I will say that one thing about the Gov is he loves his people, he loves to give back, and he's swaggy.
Well, you know what? On the facility, man, the best place, the new place, is a roof over people's heads.
Come on now.
We support you, my
Come
brother.
on.
And we proud of you, my
Yeah.
brother. Well done, big dog.
I was
Well
walking
done.
I feel like
Well done,
Dr.
yep.
King. I feel like
Yeah.
Malcolm X.
Yes,
you know
you
what I mean? I
should.
feel like Obama.
Come
you know what I'm
on,
saying?
man. Helping the
So,
people.
Now, why exactly were you feeling like Malcolm X?
Hey, just let him roll. Hey, just let him roll this
Hey,
morning.
yeah,
Just let him roll.
Look. And before I leave, man, like, you know, I'm away from the show, right? And I'm doing my thing. I get all these calls. I think, they want to talk to me about me on the show. Or me and my neighborhood giving back. They must have heard I gave $17 million back to the city.
Yeah. Nah.
It's about Acho and Kevin Durant. Yo, look, man, whatever it is, we gotta, like.
Man, they gotta squash it out, man.
It's Kevin my dog, Acho my main dog. It's just like a lot going on. Now, and I don't mean agreeing with a lot of that stuff, but you know, you got your homie.
No
You my homie, dog.
You gotta ride with him.
Well, shout out to the dude to my right, LaShawn McCoy, doing more off the field than he ever did on, changing people's lives. Yeah. Hey, let's talk about it. A surprise. It was no surprise at all, actually. Cooper Flagg selected as the #1 overall pick to the Dallas Mavericks yesterday. My hometown in Dallas got the hero they have been waiting for since the departure of Luka Doncic. The question, though, at Cooper Flagg, superstar out of Duke, everybody knew he would become the surefire #1 overall pick, a generational talent many people are suggesting. So as you bring us back on camera, Rick, there was a blockbuster pick 5 months ago. The Mavericks got rid of Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, the man that helped ease the pain of Dirk Nowitzki's departure. Luka Doncic, the individual that I believe made 5 consecutive first-team All-NBA teams. Luka Doncic, the individual that put the entire Dallas Mavericks organization on his back, drugged them to the NBA Finals, albeit they got dismantled by the Boston Celtics, but they were there nonetheless. Insert Cooper Flagg out of Duke, #2. Cold-blooded killer, many would try to suggest. Can Cooper Flagg, the #1 overall pick, make people like me, Dallas Mavericks fans, forget about Luka Doncic?
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Not after hearing the crowd
at the draft party chanting, "Fire Nico."
Dang, still.
Not after their last memory is, if it's not of Luka taking their team to the finals unexpectedly, it's seeing him on the bench in tears because he's no longer a Dallas Maverick.
Yeah.
Like, those emotional touchstones, to me, are not going to be forgotten. And I thought the draft party underscored that. If you were going to forget about him, you'd be already well on your way, because you know you're getting Cooper Flagg, and we're going to add him to Kyrie Irving. We're going to add him to Anthony Davis. Okay, you know what? Maybe this won't turn out so bad. Yeah. Maybe, after everything that we've heard and saw how it went with Luka in L.A. at first blush, maybe this wasn't such a bad idea. But then the draft party comes around, and you're on the eve of getting this Cooper Flagg.
Still.
And all the hype around him.
Still. Boom.
And all you're still thinking about is fire Nico. Dang. He got rid of our boy.
Yeah.
Luka wanted to be here. Luka was all that. Mm-hmm. Like, the emotional attachment that they have to him, I just don't know that that's ever going to go away. No offense to Cooper and what he may be able to do. I just think that that's a wound that is not going to heal.
That's well said. Usually I give takes as an analyst. This time I can give a take as a fan. Cooper can make us forget about Luka Doncic so long as Cooper can, one, be strong where Luka Doncic was weak. That was primarily defensively, number one. And then number two, can you take us as far, if not further, than Luka Doncic? If you can do those two things, I'll forget about Luka. Not legitimately forget about Luka, because Luka's Luka. Luka's a Dallas Maverick to me. But if you can take the Mavericks further than Luka ever did, win a chip, take us to the finals, be competitive in the finals, I do believe you can make me forget. But I will say this, Luka plays a role as well. Because so long as Luka continues to ball, if he takes the Lakers to 1, 2, 3, 4 championships, I'm not forgetting. Mm-hmm. It don't matter what Cooper Flagg does for me here in Dallas. If Luka continues to ball, if you're a Mavericks fan, you can't forget. I remember Slick, Shady, James. Let me share this story. Mm-hmm. One of my exes didn't block me after we broke up. Didn't happen, 2-5. I don't know about you. I don't know about you, Jay. Didn't block you? No, not after we broke up. Didn't block me after we broke up. Didn't block me 6 months after we broke up. Didn't block me a year after we broke up. But then blocked me 18 months after we broke up. That was strange. Yeah. Why would you block me 18 months after we broke up? What happened for you to block me 18 months after we broke up? Oh, I released uncomfortable conversations. And I was everywhere. Boom, 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 boom. So now you had to block me because you couldn't forget about me, because now I'm everywhere. Yeah. If Luka Doncic continues to be everywhere, Lakers win a championship 2026, Lakers win 2028, Lakers win 2030, Lakers win 2031. Now Mavericks fans can't forget about him. Because even though you're out of sight, you're not out of mind. But if Cooper Flagg wins and Luka don't do nothing, now you're out of sight, out of mind. Now I won't even have to think about you. So Luka plays a role as well. So long as Luka's successful, James Jones, I don't think the Mavs can forget about him either.
Yeah, I'm with you and Slick. I don't think they ever could forget about him. This is a statue player that you guys had in your building. A 5-time All-NBA, a 5-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year in 5 years. Mm-hmm. Not 6. Like 5 years straight. Like, Luka is that type dude. And he's not retired. Just like you said, if your girl worked here and every day you had to see her, you're not going to forget about her. Even if y'all wasn't together, you're not going to forget about her. So at the same time, I don't see how they forget about Luka because of Cooper Flagg. I just don't understand how, because he was that special, man. He's a statue player, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's why they brought me back to this show.
Go ahead, man.
Y'all always seem to agree with each other. Go ahead. Yes, they can forget about Luka. Right?
How?
And let me explain why. And how. First of all, I guess what the fans are feeling right now, just because it just happened. It just happened, right? Luka goes to the finals, and the next year you get rid of him. Everybody will make everybody uncomfortable, right? But when you think about it, you never really can just forget about a great player, but you can kind of look past it. I'll give you some examples. Kareem was one of the greatest Lakers of all time.
Facts.
But then there was a time where Shaq came along. Are we going to ask, did Shaq make you forget about Kareem? No. Everything is in the present, right? The fans, the viewerships, the kids watching, right? The owners, everybody, is what's happening now. Kareem was great for the Lakers, and we can't really forget Kareem. But right now, today, Shaq was doing so well that we're cool with this we got right there.
Yeah.
Dirk brought the first chip to Dallas. Did we not forget?
He did.
Everybody loved Dirk. Dirk was so great. He had a street name after him because he was so good, right? I don't even like Dallas like that. I don't even like Texas like that. But I go here and there to see Dirk play.
Yeah.
Right? I did that. Now Luka came along. Now we ain't forget about Dirk.
Yeah.
But we're not really talking about him. We talking about Luka.
Yeah.
I give you another one. Magic Johnson was so great. You talk about the show Lakers. But then this kid from Philadelphia came along. Yeah. Kobe Bryant. And everybody loved Kobe. We didn't forget about Magic. But right now in the present, we got Kobe being Bryant.
Correct.
So you can't forget about the greats, right? But you can respect today in the present, and we can deal with the Kobe Bryant.
The only difference between those stories is that those dudes were done. Kareem was done when Shaq was dominating. You understand? Magic was done when Kobe came in there. Luka's still playing. Like Acho said, Luka could still be in a championship. Luka is still going to be all over everywhere balling. Luka's that type player. Luka is going to come back to Dallas, and his cheers is going to be way louder than Cooper Flagg's.
Depends, though, too.
See, I don't
know. Way louder.
Let me say real quick. Can I say to you, James? See,
you see the people in the stands crying for Luka?
No, I heard that, but see, you think that, right? But this is one thing I've learned about this whole game because when I got traded, I was so angry,
I was about to talk about that.
And a lot of fans was cheering for me, but eventually...
Yep, they move on.
They move on.
On.
You know why? Because they start playing well. So my thing is, if Cooper Flagg plays well and they start winning, players come and go, James.
Yeah.
Great players come and go.
Yeah,
that's true.
You know who never goes nowhere?
Talk about them fans.
The franchise.
Talk about them, yeah.
And if I am a diehard Mavericks fan, I love Luka. Luka plays for the Lakers.
Correct.
I'm going to go to the Mavs game because I'm a Mavs fan.
Yeah.
Here's the difference. And it's good to have you back, Shade.
Great to have you
but
back.
Right.
Sometimes I still got to adjust.
Do your job. Do your job.
Is all of those guys were done. I mean, you're not only is Luka alive, but there's still the shock effect of he didn't have to go.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, all the players that we talked about, they had made their run. Appreciate your service. We're on to the next one. And it wasn't, this was different. This was you cut my heart out. Like, why did we have to move Luka? He just took us to the finals. And I think that the shock effect of that is what is going to linger. And the second part is, Luka is without question a number one. And we can show highlights. Like every Dallas Maverick fan can think about all the big shots he made, all of the, oh my God, look what he did. He danced on you, right? He made plays that nobody else in the league can make. I don't see that in Cooper Flagg's future. I think he can be really good. I don't think he can be a number one. And that's where it's going to be hard for him to erase Luka.
Let me support my dog 2-5 because the thing about both doing the show with Shady is being able to play with Shady too. Played with Shady 10 years ago, and I saw Shady after he left. Shady didn't see Philly after he left because Shady was on to Buffalo. Fans love you for a moment, but they forget in time. Don't get it twisted. Shady's now back in the Eagles Hall of Fame, but let Shady say something that's like deemed anti-Eagles. Oh, he was a Bill anyway. I mean, fans are very, very fickle. They're fans. They're fanatics. So with Luka, if Flagg brings them a chip, like the Eagles ultimately won championships without LaShawn McCoy, and they won a championship while LaShawn McCoy was still in the league, we love Shady. But right now, I love LeGarrette Blount. And right now, I love Darren Sproles. And right now, I love Corey Clement. And I love Mike Vick. But right now, I love Nick Foles. And right now, they love Jalen Hurts. And right now, they love Saquon Barkley. Yeah. And right now, they love A.J. Brown. So because I've seen it, and now you can suggest Shady wasn't the same star that Luka Doncic was. I don't know if Luka's going to have his jersey in the Mavericks Ring of Honor. I know Shady has his in the Hall of Fame. So I'm just saying, like, I've seen fans not forget, but I'm not worried about you right now.
And the thing is, and the way you guys are talking from a standpoint of being in this game, in this industry for a long time. Y'all not real fans, for real. Respectfully, y'all not. Because I just became a fan since I retired. And when I say that, it's more of, like, even Luka's playing right now. Now watch this for a second. The fans, you said their hearts are broken, and which they are. if the Mavericks is in the playoffs and they going against the Lakers, that same fan that broke their heart, he's going to be cheering for the Mavs to win that series.
Yeah, and embarrass Luka.
If the Mavericks go to the finals and Cooper Flagg is averaging 22 points, 18 points, and he's a big help for that team, and they winning. As much as that Luka fan and that crowd and all that, and all them signs, I guarantee you this, they going to be cheering for the Mavericks to win.
And they're still going to be chanting, fire Nico.
At that point, they won't. At that point, they won't. Because the problem is, it just happened, though. So it just happened. But over time, what happens is, I still love Luka, but my love for the franchise is greater than that.
Yeah.
Because now when we go to the grocery store and I see my neighbor, hey, John, how you doing? Did you see our Mavs last night?
You know what?
They not going to be talking, yo, did you see Luka have 50 for the Lakers? They're not talking about that. And I learned that fans, for a fan base, is one of the biggest things in sports. That's why when there's no basketball going on, people are miserable. When there's no football going on, people, you know why? Because this America we live in, it's all about sports.
This might be the difference, though, between football and basketball.
Okay.
In today's world.
All right.
Because what I see is fans are fans of players more than they are of franchises ever before. Ever before.
More, but still not more. That still doesn't swing completely.
You know, I know too many people who are LeBron James fans, who are Kevin Durant fans, and they're going to be fans of them wherever they go.
That's true.
The only question is with Luka is that he didn't have the longevity in Dallas.
Yes.
You know, was he able to dig in far enough where people are going to go, I'm a Luka Doncic fan first and foremost, and I'm a Dallas Maverick fan second.
Yeah, that's why I agree with that.
You tell it real quick, because like people love players. I love players, but real fans, right? Who's why players can make $40 million a year, $50 million. It's not because you like a player. You like the team. You like the sport of the game.
I think that's more.
So real quick. So Kevin Durant was one of the greatest Thunder we done seen. Everybody loved him. You think they even talking about Kevin Durant right there right now? When they got a championship?
Where?
And Thunder in OKC.
No, they're not.
Everybody loved Kobe. Yeah. I'm a Kobe Bryant nut. But right, hold on for a second. Some of my best friends, some of my family, they love Kobe. They are Laker fans. And if y'all remember this, back in the day when Kobe was on top and LeBron was getting right to the top, it was a beef. It was a battle. Do you like LeBron or you like Kobe? Do y'all remember that? Okay. If you're a Laker fan and you had this thing going on, I'm Kobe all the way out. And then Kobe goes out, and then LeBron comes to the Lakers. You felt weird. But guess you know what happened? Yeah, we going with King James. Because we are fans of the game.
There are still Lakers fans
you guys,
who
man.
have not made that, have not crossed that bridge.
All I will say is fans is going to root for their team.
Of course.
But Luka's still playing. So let's say Luka's in the finals. And the Mavs ain't. You're not going to be able to.
What about the Western Conference Finals? The Mavs and Luka. Now do that.
Then you're not going to be able to forget about Luka. If Luka is there, right?
Who you going for?
Yes,
if you're a Mavericks fan, that's totally different. You're going for your team.
About it.
But we talking about forgetting about him. If Luka's on that basketball court in the Western Conference Finals against the Mavs, they're not forgetting about Luka. You can't.
If he balls, you're thinking to yourself, he could be balling on our team.
The thing is, my first initial argument was you can never just forget about a great player.
Yeah.
But you're going to look past that.
That's fair.
Well, fans going to root for their team.
Luka he step back three on your team. You ain't happy about that?
I'll tell you that much.
Real quick, I'm about to get on my phone, and I'm going to introduce you guys to some real fans. Y'all don't know the real fans.
Support comes from ServiceNow. We're for people doing the creative work they actually want to do. That's why this ad was written and read by a real person and not AI. You know what people don't want to do? Boring, busy work. Now with AI agents built into the ServiceNow platform, you can automate millions of repetitive tasks in every corner of your business, IT, HR, and more, so your people can focus on the work that they want to do. That's putting AI agents to work for people. It's your turn. Visit ServiceNow.com.
Hey, they just turned the page from Aaron Rodgers and have moved on to Justin Fields. New head coach Aaron Glenn praised his new quarterback while also taking a shot, maybe, at Aaron Rodgers. Glenn said, quote, Justin Fields is not trying to be the celebrity quarterback. He's just trying to be himself, and whatever comes with that, it comes with it. So he's not trying to impress anybody. He's going to go out there, and he's busting his leap trying to be the best quarterback he can be for the team. Remember, Justin Fields notably replaced Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is one of the biggest celebrity quarterbacks in all of the sport, in the history of the sport. So, Shady, let me ask you this. Aaron Glenn's comments, Justin Fields isn't trying to be a celebrity quarterback. Fair or foul?
You know what? I'm going to say fair. And you took it as a shot at Aaron. I don't. I think he's actually just being honest. When I look at Aaron Glenn, he looks like a serious, no BS, honest, what you see is what you get type of coach.
Very much so.
But can we get to the facts here? See, the real issue is he trying to cost money out. It's with your quarterback. When you say he's not a celebrity quarterback, that's a problem.
Why?
Let me tell you why that's a problem. In the NFL, one of the best sports you're going to find, right? With platforms, you the NFL, NBA. But the NFL in America, we up here, we number one. Uno, okay?
Yeah.
So if you're a good quarterback in this league, you're going to be a superstar.
Come on, man.
I was around a guy, Michael Vick. Now, you would say he's a superstar. He's one of the ones of ones. But if you really know Mike as a person, he don't want to be a superstar. Yeah. Mike is the most easygoing, humble, good friend, good person, want to be underneath all the attention, grocery store, with hat down, let's go, like a regular person. Mm-hmm. But he's so good and so special, he became a superstar. He's a popular player, okay? I keep going. Josh Allen's another one. He got there, he don't want to be this celebrity quarterback. He's real low-key, humble. But when you so good, I'll show you become a superstar.
So come with it.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Now, cool dude. You know what? Before Sierra, you know he just
chill.
He didn't. He ain't trying to be a superstar. He just who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're so good, you win the championships, you become a superstar. Yeah. I flipped the script a little bit. Cam Newton.
Cam.
Now he want to be a superstar. I want to talk different when I'm on Instagram. I want to different. You know what I'm saying? The way I tweet, the way I do on my fonts, my hats, my outfits. I want to be a superstar. I've been a great player in college. I'm a great player in the pros, so I'm gonna be a superstar. Some guys, when you're that good, you just become a superstar. And I think with Justin Fields, you don't have that. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about no celebrity stuff. And the sad part, you in New York City, right? Mark Sanchez, before in the start of his career, he was looked at as a celebrity quarterback.
Absolutely.
You're the starting quarterback and you're playing good and you're going to playoffs for the Jets, you got to be somebody. Yeah. So I say that to say this. Coach, Aaron, AG, whatever you want me to call you, because I respect you. You don't have to worry about that problem for your quarterback because he's just trying to make it. He's just trying to keep his starting job. He's just trying to get a first down. He's just trying to make it.
Get a first down.
The other guys we talking about, they are bona fide superstars. When you're a superstar in this league, they call that a celebrity quarterback.
I'm rooting for the young fella, man.
I am too. He's a brother. I'm rooting for him too.
I hope he turns into a superstar. I really do.
Hey, you got a lot of hope in that, James.
This is foul, and it's a shot. And the main reason why it's foul and it's a shot because you just had a 4-time MVP celebrity superstar quarterback. Yeah. Whether he played well or not, that is what you had in the building. He is not there, so it's a shot. If you weren't on this show this upcoming season and I said, we don't need nobody up here that write books. That's a shot. If you weren't on this show for a year and I said, man, we don't need nobody to come up here wearing chains, that's a shot. We just had dudes like that on the show.
You want to say swag?
Wearing chain swag on it. We don't need that. Yeah. That's what this dude is doing. He slightly took a shot at Aaron. Aaron ain't in the building no more, man. You should just be worried about your young quarterback developing and playing well. Because to be honest with you, you have put all your eggs in the Justin Fields basket. And if he does not have success, we are pointing right at you and looking right at you. And if Aaron Rodgers has success, the celebrity quarterback that you disrespected and let walk out of there, you are going to have to answer some questions. I'm rooting for Justin Fields, but I think this is foul because you did not have to say that. All you had to say is, man, my dog Justin Fields, he's doing his best to play his best. That's it.
That's where I'm at. One, I think it's foul, and two, I just think he's doing too much. Like Aaron Glenn, to me, rooting for Aaron Glenn, defensive-minded dude, but he's doing too much. He came in and you don't even take this meeting with Aaron Rodgers. You just kind of dismiss him. And now you're saying that Justin Fields not a celebrity quarterback, but like Shady said, he's not a celebrity quarterback because he hasn't earned the right to be a celebrity. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't earned that right for celebrity status. My question, though, now is, do y'all think Aaron Glenn is putting too much confidence in Fields?
I think so. And I was trying to figure out, is he doing this because he's a young quarterback that hasn't had any real good success in this league, right? And he was a high draft pick. He was really good in college. And I'm trying to boost players up. There's times where I forget who the quarterback was, but
Tua and Mike McDaniel, that was no.
No. It was a hard ball. We were saying like it was like a TV timeout. He's like, hey man, don't throw no picks. Let's do this.
Oh no, that was Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, right? And it's like I'm trying to preach this confidence in you. You know what? Let me give you this quick story real quick, right? Because I think when people think of Justin Fields, they see all the potential and the talent. I remember when I had a chance, my first year in Buffalo, I got with Greg Roman. He's the running back. He was the offense coordinator. And all his running backs before me with the Frank Gores, he had really good running backs. But they were different from my style. So when he got me, he's like, yo, I got a guy that can go left, right, stop. He can do all these things. He was shifty, one-on-one, he could catch the ball. And he looked at me as like an action figure, like a toy. I can't wait to use him. And when we got to because I'm learning the offense, so then when we get to installing in the place that he had for us, they were way different. And I'm like, yo, he's using me like a new toy. And he had me doing he'll pitch the ball to me left, I'll take 3 steps, and then he have the pulling guards, and then I'm like, reverse the field. And I said, listen, man, I'm special, but listen, bro, I'm a running back. Give me downhill stuff, give me all that, and I'll make it work. But I'll say to say this, I think when Aaron Glenn sees Justin Fields, he sees all this potential. Like, yo, he's strong, he's fast, he's physical, he's a big arm, he can run, he can break tackles, he can go 60 yards with a blink of a dime. But dog, no, let's play football. And I think when he talks about his quarterback, the way they paid him lets you know that they care about it. He gave him $30 million, and he was his backup last year. So what I'm saying is when you see him, he sees all the potential and the talent. But we can't go to all that. We got to go to what it looks like on the field.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? One, that's a phenomenal story. I'll ask you more about it during commercial break. But two, defensive minds know the hardest quarterback to prepare for is a mobile quarterback. Mm-hmm. So we probably overvalue mobile quarterbacks because though a mobile quarterback sucks for Shady and it sucks for James because they might not be able to throw as well as a pocket passer, defensively, if you can run, you stress us out more than anything. So Aaron Glenn might currently think higher or more highly of Justin Fields than his previous play in the NFL has determined because Aaron Glenn knows preparing for Justin Fields will suck. If you got to run the ball, if you got to run speed options, if you can run zone reads, if you can run quarterback counters, if you can run quarterback powers, if you're at the 8-yard line and now I got to worry about the quarterback lead, plus I got to worry about the goal line fade. But offensively, y'all know, all that running stuff is cute, but at the end of the day, it's limited unless you two can throw the ball. So Shady does bring up a good point. I think Aaron Glenn probably sees Justin Fields in a different light than y'all see Justin Fields because the way I look at quarterbacks that can run the ball, playing against Terrell Pryor was much more stressful for me as a defender than playing against, Drew Brees. Yeah. And Drew Brees is way better than Terrell Pryor, but I know Terrell Pryor can go 80. So if I'm dropping in my cover 3 hook to curl zone, I'm 12 yards deep, 2 yards inside the hash, I'm buzzing my feet because I want to make sure I'm underneath the dig in case James runs it, but I got to make sure I can run up and tackle Shady on the check down. But I also got to think about if I'm 12 yards deep and Pryor decides to tuck it, now all of a sudden I got to tackle this 6'5", 240-pound man that's already running a 4.4. Stressful for me.
Is that how you see that?
Yeah, as a defender, I don't want to go against Pryor. I don't want to go against Cam. Now I understand Cam can't necessarily light it up, but all of a sudden Cam can tuck it, he can run it. So now not only do I got to sit in zone, I got to make sure I can break up. I got to guard.
So we're working for he goes. So I just want to get this correct because we all different here. So Terrell Pryor. So you fear Cam more than you fear Drew Brees?
Yeah, he's more stressful. You know what I mean? It's more. It's
not even the same ball.
Exactly, which is what's crazy as a defender. Because, it's more stressful trying to game plan against a quarterback that can run the ball than it is trying to game plan against a quarterback that's just one-dimensional.
Yeah, and that's why you hate the quarterbacks that are really good pocket passers and can move a little bit. I understand where you're going. The only difference between these two dudes is that, and what I say these two dudes is you brought up Terrell Pryor, he ain't win nothing, and now because he was with my Raiders, he ain't win nothing. And Justin Fields hasn't won. So that has not translated. Russell Wilson being mobile and throwing the pocket has translated. Cam Newton's translated. These two dudes have not translated, but he has no choice. He put all his eggs in the Justin Fields basket. He has no choice but to have confidence in him. He has no choice but to hope and pray at nighttime that this dude is good, and he goes out there and plays well. Because the years that he's been in the league shows us that it's not going to happen. But all his eggs are in the Justin Fields basket. You gave him $30 million. You're putting all this confidence in him, but you have to do that. You didn't take the meeting with Aaron Rodgers. You have to do everything you're doing right now because you put this on yourself. And right now you're in a situation right now that you got to hope and pray that this dude pans out and could be that quarterback. And it's going to be tough because if we're really keeping it a buck, this is probably his worst team he's been on offensively. And he hasn't had a lot of success with the teams he's been on with better weapons. And this is probably his worst team he's been with offensively, just with the weapons. You got really one pass catcher and you got one running back, and that's it.
I was trying this defensive thing. I never played defense ever. So was Cam more dangerous than, to you, as a defensive player, than Phillip Rivers? Because he...
Dangerous and scary different.
Okay,
right?
cool. That's
scary.
So scary.
Scary, yes.
Is Cam more scary than Phillip Rivers?
Any elite mobile quarterback, because of the threat they present. Phillip Rivers, if you do your job, and if you're in your zone coverage, and if you're at the right place at the right time, you'll be okay. But remember, you're talking to a linebacker. If you were talking to a cornerback...
Listen, man, there's no wrong answer here.
Oh, no, I gave you the answer.
But dog.
Yeah. But if you're talking to a cornerback, you might get a different answer. But the responsibilities of a linebacker or a defensive coordinator, because they got to think about everything. Think about it as a pass rusher. You would much rather rush Peyton Manning as a pass rusher than you'd want to rush Russell Wilson. Because you think you got Russ trapped, and now he spins out of it, and he does all this dancing and all this wiggle. But at Peyton Manning, you know exactly where he's going to be. You know his launch point. Now, he might get the ball out, but, like, you'd rather rush, whereas defensively, if you got a mobile quarterback, when I tell you nightmare, so if you're Aaron Glenn, he's probably thinking to himself, yo, with Justin Fields, oh, he can do this, he can do that, he can do this. And y'all are thinking, yeah, but can he throw?
Yeah,
like, yo, can he be good?
Definitely,
like, yo,
yes.
can you...
Can he be good?
like, what?
Can he throw?
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Beautiful people, we got a guest here in the facility, the one and only Giants running back Tyrone Tracy Jr. At least now that officially makes Shady the shortest person on the show. Giants running back, we're going to start it like this. Last year, 1,000 all-purpose, so congrats on that. Talk to us about how was that rookie season, the ups, the downs, all of it. You made 12 starts, but when you got in there, you started going crazy. So first things, talk about that rookie experience.
Yeah, I mean, I was blessed. I had, God by my side when you talk about, just having an opportunity to go out there and play well. I had the coaching staff that believed in me. I had the O-line, the quarterback. Like, we really had, people in that facility that really believed in me. Obviously, I didn't play till the fifth game, but when, I go out there and I was playing well, it was amazing. Yeah. But at the same time, I had to really come back down to earth and understand that, it all happened, for a reason, and everything was really going my way because I did the work behind the scenes.
Yep.
So I had to make sure I continued to do the things that I wanted to do behind the scenes to make sure that the results were the same.
You, Malik Neighbors, only the third rookie combination ever to go over 1,000 yards each, right? The first is Reggie Bush and Marcus Colston. Do you think that the Giants can be built on the backs of y'all, too? Y'all are both young, both rookies last year. Can the Giants be built on the back of that duo?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely can, because you can't have a passing game without a running game. Yep. You can't have a running game without a passing game. So you really need those two pillars on the offense to build upon. And I think when you go back to, Coach Dave and some of his best offenses, they was the ones that could pass the ball, but then they was also the ones that can run the ball really well. So I think when, you talking about a real efficient offense, you need a good running back, you need a good receiver. But again, I can't do it by myself, obviously. You need the wide receiver number 2, running back number 2, you need a good quarterback, good O-line. So when you have every piece, of the puzzle, then it makes it easier to do those things that you want to do.
Yeah, see, I played with Dave, and I remember when I watched you play, because I didn't know much about you, right?
Yeah.
Right? I said, Dave, you got you one.
Got him one.
And he know what I mean. You got you one, and as you watch, a dude that can make things happen when there's nothing there, right? Yeah. I look at running backs, I don't care. Sometimes there'll be big holes, and the guy's going to get 25 yards. Yeah. I ain't looking at that. What happens when there's a big hole and it closes? What do you do next?
Yeah.
And that's what you do special. But I do want to ask you, as a running back, we need a good lineman and we need a quarterback.
Right.
Now you got a Hall of Fame brother in the building.
Yeah.
How has Russ been for you, and then learning from him, and then actually playing with him and practicing with him? How has that been?
Yeah, man, Russ been amazing. Yeah. Russ has been amazing. Like, I really can't say enough praise about him because he's a true professional. And when he come in the room, it's like the energy he brings when he steps in that room. Like, he comes in, he greets everyone, you know what I'm saying? From, the head coach to the last guy on the roster. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? What's up? Shake up, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's something that you see as a young guy. That's something you see, when you got a vet that's been in the game and he's been doing his thing for a long time. He's out, out there first. He's the one staying last. He's doing all the recovery stuff. Everyone knows how Russ operates. If you've been around him, you see how he operates. And, like, you, as a young guy, you want to get there. You know what I'm saying? And he's showing you how you get there. So, and it's step by step, little by little, but, little by little, everything comes together and it's going to be a lot. So I just want, obviously, give my praise out to my boy Rush. He's been doing a great job. I've been learning a lot from him, but yeah.
I just want to ask one more question before James goes. Now, sometimes you got to remind people. Kendrick Lamar said sometimes you got to step out and show them.
Yeah.
And I be trying to tell these boys that Dayball's the truth.
We agree with you.
Dayball, I mean, he did it with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones got awful, right? But he did go to playoffs with him. And he did win a game. Be in the room with Dayball, how smart he is. Tell him about, oh my God, speaking of the devil.
That's Dayball.
What's up, Coach?
Okay, Brian Dayball.
First off,
Coach, we're Mike. Okay, Coach, we Mike. Don't say Mike, Coach. Don't say Brian Dayball. We mic'd up.
I was telling him how smart you was. I said, Dayball, he might joke and all that. He had some hard-ass questions. I'm going to call you when you get off the set. To the people.
That's my man. Good, Dave.
We talking a little ball right now. We'll call you back.
I know he ain't doing nothing on that golf
course. You in the golf course?
I know he's not doing nothing on that golf course, man.
He wide left, right? Not bad. Now, speaking of Dayball, tell him how good Dayball really is.
Yeah, man, he's a true, offensive mind. Like, you sit down with him, man, he'll tell you exactly how the play is going to go and why it's going to work. Not only, tell you how you're going to get open, but, why you're going to get open, because of this, because of that, because this person's going to occupy that person, because that person's going to occupy that safety. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he'll teach it to you. You know what I'm saying? He'll sit down and actually go through the X's and O's, but he's also he's a realist. You know what I'm saying? He's not one of them coaches that if I draw it like this, you got to do it like that. Mm-hmm. Man, he's like, bruh, go out there and play ball. Yeah. You feel me? Whatever you did to get here, that's why you're here. Yeah. And that's what I love, bro. I love when a coach allows me to be myself, my true, authentic self. I'm not a robot, you feel me? I didn't get to this point being a robot. If you watch my film, man, I'm doing stuff that, I'm supposed to might be going to the right, but, I'm running to the left because that's just how my body moved. That's where my vision took me, and, I'm trusting that. Yeah. And Coach Daves, he always told me last year, I'm never going to tell you how to run the ball. I would tell you where it's supposed to go and where, but in the game, man, you see things the way you see it. You are a professional running back. You know what I'm saying? So, I drafted you because of the things that you did. So for him to tell me that, man, my confidence went through the roof, y'all. I'm out there playing it's high school. You know what I'm saying? I'm really out there, having a confidence as if I'm a 10-year vet. Yeah. You know, and that's something that Dave's really implemented in me. You know, and he's a great coach and a great leader of men.
I love that. Speaking of being yourself, we all was rookies at one point. So we all kind of had our rookie moments. Yeah. I remember my first catch came against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I caught a hitch, did the same things I did in college. Caught it, and I got hit by 35 people. This is different.
Boy, got
what
tattoos.
is the time to where you I'm in the league now. This here is different.
Welcome moment.
Yes, because I heard Shady say, you may see a hole, and then the league, it's gone. And then now you really got to be you. What's the moment to where you was like, I ain't in college no more.
Yeah,
I'm in the league now.
That is a great question. So I would go, I know it's a little bit later into the season, but that Panthers game, I was having a really good game, right? And everyone wants that moment of it's overtime, you're going down to win a game. Everyone wants that moment. Mm-hmm. And for me, it was more so a learning experience because when the time was there and they was, trying to get me the ball, I fumbled.
I remember that.
I fumbled, and it was a moment that I wish I could get it back, but at the same time, I'm so happy that it happened because I learned from that. I understand that now in practice, I have to take full responsibility of the situation that we do. Yeah. If it's we do a fourth down situation overtime, but there's no defense. I have to understand that ball security is the main objective right here, you know? And that's like, some things in life you have to experience it to learn. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can, get on the board and learn plays and stuff like that, but like you're not going to understand the situation until you actually go through it. And like I'm blessed to have the teammates because after that, like I was down, man. I was down bad. But
answer me this: when you found out the Giants signed Russell Wilson, what was your first reaction, first response?
I was excited, like true excitement because it kind of brought the energy back into the locker room, onto the team. It got the fans excited because again, when you win 3 games, what is there to be excited about the next season?
Correct.
Like just being honest. Like if you win 3 games, what are the fans going to think? Coming into next season. So the team had to do something to bring some type of energy back. And Russell Wilson, they definitely did that.
Okay, now do this. You watching the draft.
Yeah.
Y'all got Russell Wilson. You got Jameis Winston.
Ooh.
With the 25th pick, the New York Giants select quarterback Jackson Dart. Trade up. Quarterback out of Ole Miss, Jackson Dart. Now what's your reaction?
It was more so, kind of like, okay, put your business hat on, I guess you could say, not more, football hat. Okay, what is the front office thinking here? Draft a young guy. And if you really look at some of the quarterbacks that Dave's had, like, he fits it. He fits the mold of what Dave's like at quarterback, He likes to run. He likes to throw the ball deep. He's athletic.
Can he spin it?
Man, he can spin it, dog. Okay. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you he can spin it when he can't. Like, he can do it. Like, he's one of them people that be out there hooping. Like, you feel me? Like, you see him playing, and you like, wow, okay, like, he got it.
I want to ask you, so we always talk about all the good, right? You talk about all this good stuff.
Yeah.
You guys did win 3 games last year,
yeah.
Right? And on this show, I keep it the honest. Keep it the most real.
For sure.
What do y'all need to do to improve that, right? Like, what areas on the team that y'all need to work on to be better? Other than quarterback, because we know how that...
Yeah, I think that we got to have buy-in. Like,
what does that mean?
Point blank.
What does that mean?
So buy-in is whatever our mantra is, or like whatever our values, whatever like our team morals is on the team. We have to have buy-in from everybody, from top to bottom. Yep. And if you don't have buy-in, that's why you're gonna have 2 people going this way, 2 people going that way. You have to have everybody on the same train, going in the same direction. Right. And I also think you have to have team chemistry. If you look at some of the best teams, like they have team chemistry. There are no pods. There are no little cliques. Everyone is one. You got defense hanging out with offense hanging out with special teams. You know what I'm saying? And then the last thing I think we need is just like overall leadership. Some type of voice on the team that's going to step up and not have a coach or not be afraid to say something to the coach. You know what I'm saying? We need a person, whether it's me, Russ, Dex, Brian Burns, KT, somebody that is going to say something to the coach when things ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Stop the whole practice. Start the practice over. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. So leadership.
Yeah.
And lastly for you is you had a really good season though, especially as a rookie. It don't happen like that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people might think it was a good season, but for you like, I could do way better than that. Because I was a rookie and I've been there.
Facts.
What type of year you gonna have this year? I need some numbers, man.
Yeah.
You play for Dave. Dave's like numbers. He likes that.
Listen. Last year I had 800 yards, you know what I'm saying? But that was in game 5, starting at game 5. If I play a full season, you know what I'm saying, healthy with a healthy O-line, like I'm looking at 1,500 yards.
Come on, keep coming. Come on.
Hey, stop. You see what I'm doing here. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm doing.
We need touchdowns. Can we get
at least 12 touchdowns.
Okay.
Like, I want the Pro Bowl. I want the All Pro. Like these are the things that I have written on my mirror in my bathroom when I walk in there. Like, this is what I want. And I'm a big believer in you have to speak life into your situation. Like you can't just like walk in and then expect something to happen. Like, you got to speak life into it. And I think the power of life and death lies within the tongue. So I
y'all here preaching.
Yeah, I am preaching.
Somebody has to offer rest. Somebody has to.
I don't think y'all knew what y'all was getting yourself into when y'all gave me a mic.
Hey, so really quick though, because I've actually jumped on y'all's bandwagon, and I don't know where it's gonna go. Y'all can make me look good, or y'all can make me look like, man, JJ was a fool.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the defensive line, and I'm like, hoo-wee. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at Malik Neighbors. I'm looking at Russell Wilson. I'm looking at the speed y'all got with Slayton and Wyatt. Like, y'all have solid pieces around. But why y'all? because I've been on some really good teams that I'm walking into the building and I'm like, we got a chance to win a championship and compete. And I've also been on some teams that started 0-10 and we weren't that good, and I'm looking at this team like, we not going nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let me try to get mine and all that. So why are y'all going to compete this year? Like, why y'all? When you walk into the locker room, what lets you know that, man, we going to have a shot to compete with the Eagles and the Cowboys and the Commanders?
I'm going to go back to the buy-in. We got that. Like,
you didn't have it last year.
We didn't have that last year. Okay. We got that. And, like, truly, I think everyone's going in the same direction. And I also believe that when you're going in the same direction and when things go bad, there's no more like, oh, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. You know what I'm saying? We got people that's going to stand up, hey, nah, we ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? Look, hey, everybody back on the train. If something bad happens, hey, man, forget it. Like, we're going this way. This is the way we're going. And to your point, I do think that the energy is in the locker room that will allow us to succeed. Like, there's a lot of stuff last year that was going on behind the scenes that, like, everyone was just everywhere. Like I said, in the quarterback position, that's a perfect thing. Like, that when that was happening during the season, it's so hard for us to be successful because we got so much stuff going on in the locker room. We're not even focused on winning. So, but now I think we have a good foundation. I think we have the leadership. I think we have the people going in the right direction. I think all this stuff is happening for us to be successful.
Very quickly, last question before we get more out after the break. Excluding yourself, top 5 running backs in football right now in order.
Right? In order?
In order, sir. That's the facility. That's how I get down.
Damn. Okay.
We know one.
Yeah.
Do we?
We know one.
Do we?
I think,
they're healthy. Everybody healthy.
Everybody's healthy.
Hey, man, let's do his own list.
Saquon number 1.
Okay. Saquon, obviously.
Okay. I think I know they're gonna get on me for that, but it's all good. Saquon number 1. I think Derrick Henry's number 2.
Okay. This is gonna be interesting.
It's a healthy Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, bet.
You ain't put your 3 up. Put your 3 up.
I think healthy Christian McCaffrey is
Time out, but see,
it's his list.
You right.
Can he make his list?
That's what I'm saying. How you gonna
power the tongue?
Thank you.
Life and death.
I think a healthy Christian McCaffrey is definitely on that list. And then I don't know. This 4 or 5 is so tough because there's so many good running backs out there, man. Like,
I mean, you could just
let him make his list.
There's so many good running backs out there. Like Jahmyr Gibbs.
We've been waiting.
Can we go on the list, please?
Because like I could put him at 3, or 3. But
Good if you wanted to.
I'm saying Christian McCaffrey healthy.
Hey, you got one more spot. It's your list.
It's your list.
Your list.
Look at me. It's your list.
I was like,
It's your list. It's your list.
Don't judge it.
We need one more. We need one more.
The 5th one.
We don't judge. You sure they takes they got. Don't judge.
Okay, I'm gonna go with this dude because I like his style of play. I think that I can take a lot from his game.
Going to Tampa, watch.
I'm not going to Tampa.
He's gonna be nice too.
He going to Green Bay.
I'm gonna go out to Atlanta.
He's nice. Before we go,
John
I
Robinson,
just want to let you know, because I don't know if you know, because like sometimes when the spotlight, it's real quick. You know, the guy in Green Bay is
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
I like that too, but again, I like to go with dudes who like remind me that I can really take stuff from their game. If that makes
I'm like
sense.
that too, though.
I like that's what it's like Saquon, Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, James Cook, like all these dudes that kind of like remind me of me.
Yeah, it's your list, bro.
Yeah,
you ain't got to explain yourself.
I know. I'm
you
just letting y'all know, like,
Shady gonna do this all day.